to my very first live stream of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. What I'm going to be doing is some touch-and-goes today. We're going to do 3 touch-and-goes and then a full stop. Just for some background, I've only had 30 hours in the simulator. A little bit of background in aeronautics, enough to make me a little bit dangerous. But I'm going to take you through step by step through the checklist. Take myself step by step through the checklist, and take off and do some touch and goes. So we're not going to do the bulk of the checklist. We're just going to do before starting the engine. All right, so we're going to do the pre-flight inspection. Let's just assume that we did do that. Seat belts are adjusted and locked. Check.
Seats belt.
Great. Test and set. So good.
Brakes.
Circuit breakers all pushed.
Circuit breaker.
Electrical equipment. Oh, I forgot to mention, we are at Falcon Field Airport in Mesa, Arizona. I just did a discovery flight here on Monday, and it was spectacular weather. Looks like it's the same weather today. Anyway, electrical equipment is off, check. Avionics bus is off, fuel selectors switch to both, and fuel shut-off valve is switched to open. We're going to start the engine. We're going to open up our throttle a 1/4 inch. It does say mixture idle cutoff, but in the aircraft, it actually said full mixture, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it on full mixture. So we're going to leave it full mixture, standby battery switch, test and hold for 20 seconds. We're not going to hold it for the full 20 seconds because I haven't put anything else into the simulator. We're going to let that go. And we're going to make sure it arms. We're going to make sure that the PFD, or the primary flight display, comes on, which it is coming on. And then we're going to check our engine indicating system. We're going to make sure there's no red X's or warnings, which in this case there won't be. I'm going to zoom in. There won't actually be any warnings yet. I just switched it on. We're going to make sure the bus bolts are at 24. Check 1.5 volts or less on the M-bus. Battery S amps. Check verified discharge. Okay, we're going to do the standby. Battery announcer on. Check over here. Propeller area clear. Simulate that. Clear. Prop. Then we're going to go master switch on. Yes, yes, indeedy. Alright, we're going to turn our beacon on. And I do actually have the panel for the switches. I do not have to click. Mixture is full rich. Auxiliary fuel pump. We're going to turn that on for 3 seconds. You can hear the fuel actually going in. Okay, it says lean. We're not going to make it lean. We're going to keep it rich. We're going to keep our feet ready to brake. And we're going to start the engine. We turn the ignition over. Engine is started. After starting the engine, we want to bring it up to 1,000 RPMs. So our RPM gauge is right here. Let's zoom in on that for now. Okay, and we're going to check our oil pressure. Oil pressure looks good. Amps and battery. We're going to check, make sure that the positive remains standby battery. Low volts annunciator. Make sure that that's off. Avionics switch bus is on. And flaps are up. Check. So we're going to get taxi. So right now, before we taxi, I'm going to switch on my avionics. And first thing we're going to do is get clearance from ground to remain in the pattern. We're going to do some touch and go.
Falcon ground Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot with Quebec request taxi to the active touch and go.
I do not have ATIS yet. I will get the
Cessna 2 Alpha
ATIS.
653 Foxtrot taxi to and hold short of runway 22 left using taxiway Alpha.
22 left, so we're basically right
Contact
here.
tower
Don't have
on
to go very far to take off.
124.6 when ready.
124.16 when ready. So we're going to acknowledge that.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 22 left using taxiway Alpha Cessna 53
Just for a
Foxtrot.
review of our Cessna 172. That's what we're flying in today. It is a custom livery. Livery is what they call it. Alright, so we're going to go back into our cockpit. We do not do we have our parking brake? Yeah, it says parking brake on. Usually we're going to set our brakes. Okay. We're going to look left, look right. Let's go ahead and put this down, and get going to our taxiway. So what's really nice about this airport is it's tight, small. There's mountains to the west, which are really nice to fly around and do maneuvers on. There's actually quite a few players on the west servers. We're not going to do a run-up, by the way. I do not want to do the run-up. We're just going to assume that all this stuff is done. I'm going to get the ATIS, and we're just going to go straight to takeoff. I'm just going to stand here. There's no action on the runway. I would have done this while I was doing the run-up, but instead I'm just going to stop right here. Okay. So we're going to get our ATIS.
Falcon Airport information. Quebec 1900.
What we're looking for is the barometric pressure.
Wind calm. Visibility
right here.
9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 13. Altimeter 29er decimal minor 2.
Check. Visual
runway 22 left.
We've already got clearance, so we don't need to hear anymore. We've already got everything we need to know. So now we're right at the end of the runway.
Falcon Tower Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot, ready at runway 22 left, touch and go.
Let's make sure there's no traffic coming.
Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot, altimeter 29er decimal 9er 2, wind calm, left touch, and go approved.
Okay.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 22 left.
Cleared for takeoff. We're going to go ahead and acknowledge that.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 22 left, Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
We're going to do our pre-takeoff. We're going to get our flaps at 10 degrees. We're going to get our throttle up and do our thing. Let's take it out. Okay, so it's important to know which direction we're going. So right now it has us doing a left touch and go. So I will be going around the left downwind for my leg. We're going to line ourselves in the center of the runway. I'm talking out loud because I only have 30 hours in the simulator. I've only flown an airplane once in my life. It was this week. So here we go. We're lined up with the center. We're going to bring it all the way up on RPMs. Balls to the wall, as they say. We got my rudder keeping me straight down the center line. Airspeed's alive. Our needle's moving. Very sensitive. We're 55 knots. We're going to rotate at 60. Go rotate. I just changed my Saitek Yoke with some rubber bands, so we got a positive rate, so I'm going to go ahead and bring my flaps up. And our climb target in a Cessna 172 is going to be about 72. So I can bring this up, and man, trimming with these new rubber bands inside my yoke is really tough because the center is often not aligned directly. So I have to like slowly trim to make sure I don't, mess it. There we go. Our airspeed's coming down. We got a nice climb going on. Heading is not too bad. It's going to keep that right there. Climbing at 1900, so we're going to start our left turn. And we're going to take it at about 20 degrees. Actually, I'm at I'm going to keep the runway. There it is right there, so we should turn a little bit more. And maybe it was the other way, 1 degree the other way. 1 degree the other way. I basically want the 25. I want to have it at 250 degrees on the right. That's the number I'm tracking, is the 250 degrees. That keeps me kind of angled with the runway appropriately. And I haven't learned enough more than that yet, to really know much more than that. I'm still learning. So now we're at 2,300 feet. I'm going to go ahead and make my left turn. Keeping the altitude at the same height. And I tell you, this yoke is really feeling nice right now. 25 is going to be all the way down on the bottom. We're just passing the west, and we're going to come straight right here. Now, if we did this correctly, okay, I'm going to bring the RPM down because this is a very powerful aircraft for the size. Okay. We're going to look over to the left, and we should see our runway parallel. That's a little off. We want to get some straight and level flight really quick. And make sure that we've got the needle where we want it. Okay, so we're a little off again. I want to come a little bit over here. And I've gone a little far out, probably too much, but always trimming. I'm always trimming this thing. Non-stop. Look at this, 1900 RPMs, and I'm maintaining flight level at 86 knots. That's nuts. Okay, so the airport's way over there. I really went too far out, but it's because I was talking. It's alright. We're gonna have a nice smooth landing.
Cessna 53 Foxtrot, wind calm, clear touch,
I can't tell
and go
if
left
there's
traffic
anyone watching
runway,
the stream. In the
22
upper
left.
left-hand corner, there's like shows one person watching, but that might be me. I'm not entirely sure. I'll pause it after I do this touch and go. Let's pick up the RPMs a little bit. I'm losing some altitude. Again, I'm talking. Oh, I just got clearance to land.
Clear touch and
See?
go runway 22 left, Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
Almost missed that. Now, in real life, it would have been like, is this guy going to answer me or what? Okay, what I'm looking for is a 45-degree angle on the airport to my aircraft. There's a general... It seriously looks like there's a general aircraft landing at this airport? At this time of day, what are they thinking? I don't know. Yeah, I'm still losing altitude. 2200 RPM is where I want to keep it. Now I'm almost 45 degrees, but for now, I'm going to drop power, maintaining my altitude to the white line because I want to deploy 1 degree of flaps right now, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and embark on my turn here. I forgot what it's called. I think this is called the downwind base or the base leg. Okay, 65. There it is. See the freeway on the left there is a really good place to look. Now I want to maintain 65 knots airspeed. I'm going to use my speed. I'm sorry, I can't talk. I'm going to use my throttle to control my altitude. I'm going to use the pitch to control the airspeed. So I can literally pull up on the nose a little bit, start my turn slowly. You know, I was a little far out from the airport, and it's hard for me to see. Yeah, I'm a little far out. This is really bad leg. We're going to do a touch and go. We're going to make it a much better one right after this. I just saw someone subscribe, or follow. I think that's what it was called. Thank you for the follow. I don't really know what that means yet. This is my first time ever using Twitch, and I just, you know, feel like sharing what I'm doing in the air here. Okay, so this is a really bad leg. We're going to drop the power again a little bit, and we're going to deploy our second notch of flaps. Might have to give it a little bit more power, okay, because we're sinking just a tad more than we want to. And it's only because this is a really bad leg. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to point my nose toward the numbers here. One of the things my pilot taught me when you're coming in on approach, this line of rivets right here is literally where you want to point the nose. So what I'm doing, oh, glitch. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to put that line of rivets right there in the middle of that line if I can. Okay, I'm going to need to concentrate because we're cutting power back here. We're 75 knots. I want to slow this puppy down a lot more. But we had to get some good altitude coming in here. It's okay. We're going to keep that in. Now we're dropping. We're going to make it. So I'm going to deploy the third notch of flaps, and we're just going to float in. Now, I remember doing this in real life. It was so surreal. I literally thought we were like a feather dropping to the ground. And look at this. Look how soft and light this is right now. This is how it felt in real life. I'm so proud of the simulator making this feel. But hold that. A little bow. I'm going to hold this. I'm going to hold it up. Hold it up. There we go. Okay, now flaps are up. I'm going to keep 10 degrees of flaps. Okay, we got our airspeed alive again. It's our first touch and go. Rudder's a little touchy there. Okay, we got plenty enough to rotate, and we're going to keep it up. We're going to get our airspeed up this time because it's a little off. We can get to 70, and now we got it. Now we're going to bring up our flippy flaps and give ourselves a climb. Let's see if we can do this trim right now. We got the first initial climb done. Oh, okay, this is looking good. This is a much better climb out. So what's going to happen is I'm going to reach 1900 much sooner. I'm going to be able to turn on that leg much sooner. I'm liking this. Okay, I like it. Yeah, keep it right there. You know, one thing I didn't do while I was flying was keep my eyes outside the cockpit. I flew like pretty much all instruments the whole time. And I told my instructor this, not my instructor, yeah, so not actually, but I told him this, and he's like, Eric, that's normal if you know what you're doing. I said, okay. He's like, most people are just trying to control the airplane. Now, I've had a lot of time in the simulator, practicing, things like this, and, you know, that's why I have really good controls, but he was like, you got really good natural controls of an aircraft. So that's what takes the longest to learn if you ever want to be a pilot. And I said, okay, so from start to finish, how long do you think it would take for me to become a pilot with my knowledge? And he was very honest, and he said 2 months private. You could have your private in 2 months and flying commercial in 7. I'm like, man, you know, I'm 42 years old. That sounds daunting, but I did the math, and you know, if you're forced to retire at 65, the return on your investment is worth it. You know, I did the math, and it's about $4 to $5 million earned over a significant amount of time. Which is, you know, if I'm 42 and I retired 65, how many years is that, right? Okay, so, you know, this time I'm actually, I'm at a different airport than I was before, so I was thinking 25, but I'm actually, okay, you know what's funny? Yesterday I was flying in and there was a guy who flew, like, right across my path, scared the crap out of me. And in this game, you can hear everything, and it was like jets right across my face. Oh, that was really scary. Anyway. Yep, I got you.
Cleared for touch and go runway 22 left Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
And we got a much better direction thing going on right here. So, it was an amazing experience flying with that guy. It's called Simple Fly, just to give them a quick shout out. Simple Fly, and they're out of Falcon Field, right here out of this airport that just flew out of. So what's okay right now is, you know, I'm at 1900 RPMs, but you know I'm dropping slightly because we're a little above the deck where we want to be. The ceiling for this go around is 2500, not for go around. I'm sorry, for the pattern. Okay, I'm about 45 degrees now. I'm going to drop my RPMs again. It's going to go below 1700 because this plane is powerful. I'm going to deploy my flaps now and go ahead and start my turn. Alright. Okay, now I'm focusing on that 12 because that is where I want to be. And now we should be... Oh yeah. Much more horizontally lined up. Our speed is much nicer. I feel much more in the groove with this approach. We're gonna our RPM's at 1100. That just worries me. I know it feels like I have enough power to make it, but wow, it's just crazy how this plane just naturally is faster for some reason in here. Maybe it's. We're gonna start this turn just a little bit early. Oh, maybe it's right on time. I think our altitude's looking good this time around. Okay, this is our second touch and go, so we're going to do one more after this. Our airspeed needs to come up a little bit. I can already see we're dropping too fast. Yeah, we shouldn't be at 500 feet already right here. That's okay. We're just going to speed it up slightly. See, we went from 600 feet per minute to 500 feet per minute. We'll probably hit 450. There's 450, so we're not falling as fast as we were before, which is fine. This is good right here. I might keep the nose up just a little bit more for a little bit longer. We're not hurting anything. With the flaps down, the engine's got to work a little bit harder, but it's not too bad. Now, another good thing about this simulator is the graphics. Now, I have a 3060 Ti. My neighbor gave to me for free, and I've never had such good graphics on a computer. I'm very satisfied with this. It's exactly what I need in order to get this done. Look at this. It's so smooth. It's okay. not want it to land. Do not want it to land. Oh, it landed. Darn it, I didn't want it to land. Okay, we're gonna go back up to I'm just kidding. I did want it to land, but that's the rule. You don't want it to land. Okay, let's get this. Whoa, glitchy. It's like, oh, hey, you're taking off again, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna request a full stop on this one. There we go. 60. We're gonna off here. Make sure. Gotta get my airspeed first. Forgot about that. Get your airspeed first. Okay, now lift up your flaps. Don't worry about getting off the center line.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Yes, my airplane told me not to sink, which I'm not going to do. Okay, while this is up, I need to request a full stop. Right here.
Falcon Tower Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot, 1,600 feet to land.
Hopefully they give me the same...
Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot Falcon Tower. Altimeter 29.902, wind calm. Make left downwind runway 22 left.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Make left downwind runway 22 left, Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
Cessna 53 Foxtrot. I like to talk, you know, I gotta get used to just talking more. I feel like the more you talk, I mean like air traffic control, the more you talk about air traffic control, the better you get at it. That's what I heard. Okay, this is, I think I understand the legs, the 12 degrees now, what I'm looking for. This climb is great. I think I can drop a little power because 2300, I don't want to go higher than 2300. And honestly, you know, I'm going to try a slightly shorter approach on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and turn right now. Okay, and we're looking for that 12 on the right. I'm not going to look at outside the aircraft. I can fly it from here. You know, so if I'm at 12 right here, I'm still climbing. I'll bring that down. The airspeed, bring my airspeed. Bring that pitch down a little bit. Okay. Alright, so are we on the right heading? If I go outside my cockpit, we should be on the right heading if I did my job. That was good. It does look good. I mean, it could look better, but it does look good. That's pretty decent. My nose is still up, which is annoying. Okay. Now, you know, they teach you right here, you fly straight and level by looking at the dash. You know, if you have a little gap right here,
Cessna 53 Foxtrot, wind calm, clear to land runway
right
22 left.
Black. There's no numbers above or below. If I go down a little bit, you can see it's straight and level. If you just got a few fingers right there, I got to tell the power that I'm ramming.
Clear to land runway 22 left, Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
Yeah, we got a good speed going on. We got a good altitude. I'm going to bring the power back again just a little to 2,000. That's great. Okay, now I'm going to cut power much sooner. Hold that altitude because I want my airspeed to drop into the white line. I'm going to deploy my flaps. I'm going to start my turn a little bit earlier this time. I'm getting brave. I don't know why this is happening, but you know, this is one thing they teach you, I guess, is the shorter turns. So if they want you to hurry up, they're not going to want you to take a leg that's two nautical miles past the runway. You know, some of these busy airports, they're going to want you to land right away. That's what I was told anyway. But look, we're lined up super nice. There's the runway right there on the left. You know, the speed is good. Got the right degree of flaps. I'm going to go ahead and drop a second. Might as well. Because I'm going to keep my... oh, look at that. What did I do? I overshot it a little bit. But, you know what we do? We do what the commercial airline pilots do. We sway it back and forth like this.
500.
It is. We'll get it. It's okay. The rivets. The rivets are my friend. Okay, I am dropping a little too fast, give it a little bit more throttle, but overall, looking really good. You know, it's going to be a peaceful landing, and I'm gonna take it right back to parking before I shut the aircraft down. So we'll do a checklist. Apply the third notch of flaps here. Go up just a little bit to get a nice, solid angle on this landing. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You don't even... Oh, what the heck? Glitchy. Glitch. Computer glitch for the loss. Okay, for straight level flight at the end. Keep it in the air, 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 keep it in the air. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, for a glitch at the end, I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, so we want to lift our flaps up. Apply our brakes.
Cessna 53, Foxtrot, turn next taxiway.
Yeah, and I think I have the taxiway help on, because taxiways are still something that I just don't have a clue about. I don't, but that's okay.
Cessna 53, Foxtrot, contact ground on 121 decimal tree.
Yeah, we'll do. So we got to stay here before we get ground clearance to cross.
Going to 121 decimal tree, Cessna 53
Actually,
Foxtrot.
this is a double line. We don't technically. We could look both ways and see, but
Falcon ground Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot request taxi to parking.
Cessna 2 Alpha 653 Foxtrot
okay,
taxi
taxiway
to general
AE.
aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Echo.
I wish I could see the numbers better on the. Oh,
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Echo Cessna 53 Foxtrot.
And that's a little frustrating, which is why I have to use the taxiway help. I don't think it's on. Is it? Different one. Seems out. Oh, I see it. Okay, now I see these guys right here in front of me. I think that's where I'm supposed to go. Yeah, he's got the cones up. Let's take this one, so we'll swing back here. Okay, let's slow her down. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Stop. Okay, so what he's saying is stop your airplane. Put your parking brake on. So I'm going to go ahead and get our parking brake on. Okay, now we're going to go through the checklist. Okay, so parking brake set. Avionics switch bus. We're going to turn the avionics off, but I have a switch for that. Engine idle. Okay, the engine is idled. Magneto's cutoff test, so I'm going to switch my magneto cutoff mixtures to idle. That's going to shut down the engine. And that should end session for today. Awesome. For my first stream, this was a success. I did not crash. Very happy with the results. And tomorrow we're going to do a few more touch-and-goes. I'm going to pretty much be doing touch-and-goes every single day until I can get my private pilot's license and get into the actual aircraft a lot more. The instructor said this is a great way to learn a lot of things. So thank you guys for joining me today on this journey. I appreciate you. And we'll see you again soon.